Cornucopias is a cutting-edge open-world MMO set in a world where humanity has ascended from the Earth's surface and created a breathtaking new world in the sky. This fantastical realm is a system of floating islands carved from the land we once called home, now encased in radically advanced dome-shaped structures suspended high above the clouds. Each one is a futuristic marvel with its own unique environment, identity, and thriving communities. It is within these domes the epic journey begins. Here, players take control of their own personal avatar, which gives them the freedom to choose their destiny. Be immersed in vast landscapes, explore vibrant settlements, and engage in a myriad of activities such as crafting, commerce, combat, racing, and more. Welcome to a world where the sky is no longer the limit.
Welcome to Copi Cafe. This is episode 84. You got Rob Greig here and Josh Jones. And actually, that's Rob. Okay. Spidey Rob, and Josh Jones here. And we're going to tell you a little bit about what's going on with Cornucopias these days. Lots of fun stuff. This episode, we're talking about the avatar character creator, hence the costumes. We're talking about sex, centralized exchanges, that is, nodes, tokenomics, utility, some content creators, and testers and testing processes. So here we go. Rob, what are you drinking today?
What am I drinking? Well, I've been on the World Wide Web testing the preparing for our avatar creator.
Nice one.
The problem is I can't really drink with this. I don't really know how Spider-Man works.
Do what?
I don't really know how he works. How do you drink? How does Spider-Man have a drink? How does he eat and drink?
That's a good question. I'm not real certain about that.
Let's do a quick change.
Quick costume change? Okay, cool. Wait. I got one thing that I've got to do that goes with my costume. So I'm drinking a Bob Ross energy drink.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'll be drinking
just
spiders.
kidding, I can't drink this. It's I got to keep it in its pure form. All right, back to regular. That was fun, but it did have a purpose. The avatar creator's coming soon. So you get to be who you want to be. You get to build your own avatar. You can create it to look like yourself or someone else. And I don't think we have a Spidey suit. So
no, we don't have the license for that, I'm afraid.
Yeah. But there's going to be some cool stuff. And so that's coming soon. We're about to move that to testing. So that was worth just mentioning real quick. And we're going to keep this episode short and sweet for you guys today. We're trying out a new format, just trying to keep it bullety and punchy. So next up is the Centralized Exchange Listings. Oh, yeah, Rob, is that what you're drinking?
Yeah, just one of my 5 a day. Just a bit of apple juice.
One of your 5 a day?
That's what it says.
Yeah, I wouldn't go by that.
I don't even think I could drink one of these, never mind 5, but, I'll give it a go.
It's good marketing, though. They embed it into your brain to make sure you have 5 a day.
Yeah, 5 of them.
Okay, so centralized exchanges, you may have heard, but we should be, at the time of airing of this Copi Cafe, we should be live with BitTrue and MEXC exchanges. That's only one step. We're going to keep adding exchanges in the near future, and we've got a few others that we're already talking with, quite a few others that we're already talking with. but this is one step in the right direction. And obviously we just want it to be more available to everyone. So, so that's exciting. And hopefully we're seeing good results, good volume from that. But we'll keep that quick. Any thoughts, Rob?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's an important step to be on central exchanges and decentralized exchanges. So this will be the third official centralized exchange.
Yep.
So yeah, we're getting closer to being on the exchanges that we want to be, and those are two really important exchanges.
Yeah, 100%. I do believe we're 100% final on the pairs being listed, but before I announce that and insert my foot in my mouth, since it is Wednesday now at the time of shooting,
Yeah.
I don't want to announce the trading pairs right now. But that being said, always be very cautious. Whatever you do send to a centralized exchange, that they support the chain that it is on. If you were to send to an exchange, you need to be very careful what you send off and what you send on. Many of you guys know that, but the layer one that the token is associated with, it's very important to be mindful of that. All right. You can lose a lot that way. Don't do it. Don't do it. Nodes.
Nodes.
There's really not anything new since last week other than our dev is killing it and he's going full speed ahead. So exciting stuff.
We opened up node. We opened up tier 5 on Cardano. So you can now buy.
Yeah, and the sales going great.
Yeah.
Yeah, tech's working great, sales going great, and the actual development of the commercial quality node software is in high gear. We're on a good pace with that, so very exciting.
The last time I looked, I think we'd sold 100 on Cardano within 24 hours. So I haven't checked. I haven't checked since. So that was pretty good.
Solid stuff. Well, thank you.
You can buy them now on Cardano or on Base.
Yeah, on Cardano or on Base. Thank you guys, our community, for supporting that. It's going to be great to have you all helping us take a step towards decentralization with our infrastructure and providing a better quality user experience overall. That's what it's going to do for our gamers. So the timing is just great for this. All right, next up, Ivan and the other content creators we've been engaging. You might have seen some fun videos from Ivan. Ivan on Tech. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just full of energy. He's such a good ambassador. His videos go out at 8:30 in the morning, where in the UK, and yeah, he's just a great way of waking up to, because he's just full of so much positivity. He specializes in all chains really. He's chain agnostic, so he'll talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum. He'll talk about Cardano. So yeah, and he's got over 500,000 followers on YouTube and over 400,000 followers on Twitter. So he's got some really good reach. So if you haven't heard of Ivan on Tech before, check him out. He just did a video walking around Toledo Valley. It was quite funny how he got lost. So he will be doing, I think, lots more content over the next few weeks or months. We've partnered with him for a year or so, haven't we?
Yeah, so he'll continue to give, if we have new stuff for him to cover, and we're doing that with multiple other content creators as well. The idea is to build some solid relationships and somewhat control the narrative, as opposed to not having a more intentional relationship. We get to tell them a little bit about what our desired message and story is and our brand, so that gets out there to the masses in the way that we want. And hopefully the other content creators that watch these guys will kind of follow suit and produce similar quality messaging, and it'll be on brand. As Matt mentioned last week, we've got an affiliate program that's coming as well for content creators that want to drive traffic to the node sale or whatever it may be. That way they can participate in the rewards for driving traffic to something that we're selling or whatever. So
yeah, one last bit on Ivan. I mean, Ivan himself, he's a developer himself. He's got his own product called Morales, which we are using within Cornucopias. So it's good to for him to do content on our and at the same time we're using his product. And also he is predominantly a Mac user. So he's actually gone out and used his own money to buy a PC to show off our game, which I think was great. It was great.
Yeah.
I don't think there's many
Very,
that
very
would do
cool.
that. Yeah.
Agreed. Alrighty. So, I mean, we don't need to go too much further into that. Really, you guys got a good sum of what's happening on the marketing side. It's a small piece, but we're doing a lot. We're doing community engagement stuff, partnerships, working with influencers, content creators, paid ads, got a PR firm. All these things matter. And when they start to sync together at the same time, you start getting the marketing fundamentals in place, which is frequency and reach. And that's when your brand really starts to take off, assuming the product that you have is legit and quality, and we are. So a lot of fun ahead there. Testers, you wanted to tell us a little bit about the new build that you're getting for the testing group.
So yeah, internally they've obviously been testing Solace for the last few weeks or so. As we've said, they go into various boxes and looking at it. And I do believe on Monday we're going to get the first packaged version. So the way they're testing at the moment is they go into the actual code through Unreal Engine and they can control it through that. But so having a packaged version of Solace, it's like how everybody plays the game at the moment. You know, it's just one big file. Everything's compiled together. So in this one file. So having that now means that we can expand the testing team because they've not got all the code, so they haven't got the IP. They've just got a packaged version. But it also means that myself, yourself, and I, we will have a packaged version of Solace as well. So I'm pretty sure we will be able to maybe do some streams occasionally of Solace. Now, it is important that this version is a pre-alpha version, so it is just the artwork of Solace. So characters will be able to walk around and go and have a look at places, but there's no interactions in there at the moment. There's no mining, there's nothing to collect, there's no animals or anything like that. So this is a very, very early. So this isn't going to be released to the public for another couple of months, by which time we will add more and more content on it. But it's just a really good early preview. And while we've got this early preview, we might leak a few bits of it.
Yep, absolutely. I'm excited about that. I think it's great. It allows us to test at the foundational level of the character and interacting with the environment that's there, but not with programming features like picking up an axe and chopping down a tree. Yeah. It's not going to have that just yet, but it has the base layer of testing that we need to do to ensure collision is set up properly and there aren't any weird floating rocks and all sorts of stuff that comes into play. We get to hopefully resolve a good amount of. But I don't think there's a game out there that you can play that you don't find something odd if you walk around long enough, because it is just so hard to perfectly debug. But we're going to be in great shape there. So very exciting. I have a surprise for you, Rob.
Oh, yeah.
We have a special guest coming up here. It's time that we just go ahead and bring up our special guest right now.
Let's do it.
Here he is, the man of the hour. Everyone, welcome.
'Tis me.
David. How's it going, man?
Oh, had a good vacation. Got a chance to relax. So ready to go full steam ahead. As usual, we got a lot of stuff to get done this year.
Yeah, I hope you got some good rest, because I know you were grinding. So,
yes,
it's good to get refreshed. Did you get any creative power back, or what's the?
Well, as they say, every time I go to Disney World, I take some of their magic with me. So that's I brought some of it back, and I'm going to funnel it into cornucopias.
Nice, nice. Love to hear more about that. Before we go too far, what are you drinking today?
It's very wordy, I would say. So it's,
Body
Armor
Flash 4.
Nice.
Yeah. Sounds more like, it sounds like it's military grade, but it's a drink.
Is that a leak for the game?
It's condensed water, right? So like it's extra hydrating.
It's there's a lot of words on here, and it does a lot of things. So I don't think that would pass our graphic designer's cleanliness of branding here. So,
I definitely feel that to be a bit noisy, but that's
it
okay.
Is a bit. Yes.
All right. Well, let's get into questions. Okay, here we go. All right, let's get going with questions. This first one looks like is for Rob. So, Rob, got a question for you from Valerio. I know I asked before a long time ago, but when do we get our nodes? I got a few from the first sale, but didn't see anything after that. Just checking, did I do something wrong or we didn't get them yet? We shouldn't have had any yet.
Got a few from... yeah, so nodes was always intended to be a slow sale over a couple of months. So all the NFTs are being released on the 1st of July, which is the last day of the node sale, or before then, if we sell out beforehand and we decide to release them earlier.
Yeah, correct. If the software, commercial grade node software is ready and we've sold out before 1st of July, then we'll release them before. But if not, July 1st, you will receive your node NFTs. So, all right, next question is for David from Levi. Did they mention what happens if you place a land during land rush, then sell it?
So you're not going to place the land. Of course, the locations for the land plots are already fixed. You go in and choose the land that you want if you have the land deed. And if you sell it, well, the next guy that buys it is going to be stuck with that location. So it's finite for sure.
Yep. Okay. Sounds good.
Well,
one final question. We'll do one more. Will we have a mini map in the top right corner of the screen in the future?
Oh boy, I've heard this one a lot. I think I answered this before as well. Yes, the goal is to have a navigational system. We don't have it right now because resources are going into other more important core systems, but it's something that will be more needed once you get into larger areas. If you look at Clito Resort right now, it's kind of just an L shape with a few branches going off of it. Some of you might not have noticed. If you go around to different parts, you'll find a little board with a map and it says you are here. So for right now, use that old school way of figuring out where you are. And in the future, we will definitely have a navigational system.
But the question asking if the map will be in top right. So the way I understood it, we have the device. Will the device be the map?
So you'll have a whole interface that kind of pulls up. I'm not going to say really hologram, but it's kind of like a computer interface where branch off of even what you see with the inventory system right now, where you'll have access to a lot more data. I'm not really going to say specifically where that's going to be right now. What do we put it in the very middle of the screen so you can't see? I can't promise it's going to be in the upper right. It might be somewhere else, but we're definitely going to have a system like that.
I like it. If you put it in the upper right, we won't be able to see the time of day.
Yeah. What are we going to do? So
that's true. All right. Ding, ding, ding. It's time for that special part of the Copi Cafe episodes, our leaks. Here we go.
Yay. All right, here we go. What do we have here? Any guesses?
Is it Lego?
It's definitely not Lego, but it is something that you'll spend you might spend some resources building up.
Is that a beer refinery?
I mean, so it's along the lines of something like that. So,
or like a brewing, not a refinery, a beer brewing place with a nice lounge on top so that you can socialize. And
it's more of a nice swing doors there. Swing doors, very Western.
Yep. I don't know about the beer thing yet that's going on there, but so to kind of preface this a little bit of this, I'm not going to go into extreme detail here, but on your land plots, you'll have the ability to, gather resources in the world, participate in the economy, and progress on what you can build on your land plot. And we're going to have there's a full crafting system that eventually we'll have an episode that we talk about that, but crafting is locked behind progression as you go up in levels, and you might start with something very, very small, something like a very small crafting bench that is involved in the specialty that you're interested in crafting in, but eventually you work your way up. What you're looking at right now is like a level 4 sort of kitchen / restaurant that's in our cooking specialization of crafting. So it could be a lot of things, a lot of different functionality here, but this is one of the steps along the way. I'll get you another angle that's right here. But places for people to sit. I know there will probably be a million questions about, what happens when another player goes up? Can they buy, sell? What's the access? Can they sit down? There's a lot of things, and I think we'll get into that in the future. So,
yeah, you went through a lot there.
Yeah,
this obviously is not the final colored version. This must be how it comes out. Just blended.
Yeah, this is just a render of it in its sort of white box form, and what that does is lets you kind of just focus on the architecture without all the materials and things. But you guys will get to see these in the world and colored and all of that in the future.
3 questions come to mind. Number 1, you talked about cooking specialist.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean? Number 2, what size land plot does this go on? And number 3, should have thought of this first. Do these come in different styles depending on the rarity of your land? There's some good questions.
2 and 3 are kind of intertwined a little bit. So let me go to the next slide. Some of the stuff might make a little bit more sense here. So as I talked about progression, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're starting out with basic cooking, something you can do in your apartment, something you can do in a lot of different places, placed on a land plot. And eventually you're unlocking the ability to build and use these what are essentially crafting stations. And, you see you're moving your way up to what is almost like a food truck, to the more restaurant style kitchen that you have here, and all the way up to an industrial kitchen that we have. Some people might look and say, is that going to fit on a small plot? Is that going to fit on a medium plot? There's going to be multiple styles of each one. So if you've just hit level 5 and, at the land plot level, you have these factory or industrial parts sort of locked to those land plots. You can essentially from there choose multiple different styles. If you've got a smaller plot, you're going to go with more vertical factory. If it's, and you might just like a different aesthetic. We're going to have a lot of different aesthetics. We want people to be able to roam around the world, go to these towns and see something that very much looks like civilization there. We don't want to see all the same versions of things around. So we're going to give everyone a lot of style choices for things.
Very interesting.
I'm going to show you one more, and that'll probably be too much. If we go further than this is not from the cooking specialization. This is from the
size of that thing.
Yeah, it's a big one. So if you've got one of those really huge plots and you like the look of something like that really stretches out, that's probably going to work for you. But this is from the woodworking line of specializations. you look down at the bottom there, you have something like a basic wood crafting bench. Then you open up to a carpenter's corner, and then you've got a wood shop, and then it just keeps getting bigger to your full scale factory, which will give you abilities like co-op crafting, automated crafting. There's a lot of different things that are coming in the future for those, but I probably already said too much.
You said
a lot. Shows some progression potential.
Yeah, a lot of words in this last 2 minutes.
There's a lot of words. So, and some people might ask a few questions about specializations, but that's,
yes.
You come into Cornucopias, you create your character, you're going to have the options to choose a couple of different crafting specializations at a point, and you'll be able to go with those. Some people might ask, well, what if I don't like what I went with? You can always go another direction. It's just kind of basic perks that get you started in what you're interested in. And as far as these lines of crafting benches that you'll have in progression, there's probably going to be much more than 10, 12 of these. I think there's about 15 right now that we have planned out, but these will expand over time as we see how the economy works, how people are enjoying Cornucopias. We might add whole new lines of crafting that you can go down, and so you can participate in the economy in different ways.
15 specialist routes.
15 specialist routes.
Yep. But this is really for landowners, this leak.
Landowners, but not quite. So you still had the free-to-play player side of things. So town centers will also have some versions of these up to a certain level that they can access once they have increased their crafting levels as well. We can't hinge the whole game upon land plots, of course, or the free-to-play players will not be very happy. So,
no. But some of the higher levels of these will only be available on land plots.
Correct. Yes,
Very
sir.
interesting. I like it. Nice. Good. Well, I think we extracted some good value out of you there.
It's good stuff. Yeah, thanks, man.
There's going to be a lot of questions there after that one, I think.
Yeah, I love it. I'm sure there will be. It's a good evidence of progression potential within the game.
Oh, yes.
And a lot of that is currently being worked on. So fun stuff. Very exciting. Thanks for joining us. Anything else? Any final last words, David?
Don't think I have any right now. I just got to get my head down. We got a lot to get done. It's going to be a very exciting year. A lot of things.
Were you looking well? Nice suntan. Must have had a nice break.
Yeah, got a little bit of sun. So it's amazing what happens when I'm allowed to leave the house. So yeah,
that's great. Well, it's good to have you back, man. And thanks everybody for watching. Yet again, another episode of Copi Cafe, and we will see you next week.
Don't care what you say. Don't care what you say. I'm in the game all day.